Every time I think, like, oh, I've been on Temu and Shein and AliExpress and all that so many times and I've bought so many things, there can't possibly be enough for me to do another 10 items in a video that would actually be interesting. And then I keep finding stuff. So yes, today we are doing more of the Chinese marketplace stuff, this time from Temu. I'm doing this one first because while I'm hoping it turned out the way that I planned, it might not. But this one kind of led me down a weird rabbit hole on Temu, so we kind of have to start out with it. We have a blanket. Yes, I ordered a blanket off of Temu. I will say it's very soft. I'll give him that. Like, it feels like a decent quality, like fleece blanket here. Yes, they did it! So I'm gonna have to, like, get a photo to show this to you guys, but you can kind of get an idea right here. It's a big old Gengar, like, you can kind of see, like, where it kind of goes up to the top there, white background, purple eyes. All right, I'm revealing more of my setup here than usual. Wide angle lens, so you guys can actually see what we're looking at. We have the Gengar blanket, but this one was purchased for a specific reason. You had the ability to customize this thing. I don't really need it, I don't really want it, but I just thought it was funny when I was scrolling through Temu and I saw this thing, and I was like, I just want it as is. So we have a Your Name Gengar blanket. What's funny is that, like, you have to, like, type in over it, and so your name is there. Like, it's there on the image, and you're, like, typing in your own text over it, and it's, like, a different font and everything, so I was afraid that it would change the font from what it showed in the product image. It did not. I got the Your Name Gengar blanket exactly as advertised. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with this thing, aside from, use it as a blanket. And kind of ruining the magic with this shot here, huh? But then it just kind of led me down a rabbit hole of cloth things. So we're gonna keep this angle going because we have another cloth thing to do, another blanket. This one's not gonna be as funny. I was actually kind of interested in this. Growing up, one of my favorite cards in my collection was the Ancient Mew. Well, this side's just white, but here we have the back of the Ancient Mew card, which is actually done pretty well. It looks like it's like the same blanket as the other one, just obviously with a different print on it. But yeah, we have the Ancient Mew Jumbo Blanky. I do wonder if the dimensions of this thing are actually correct to, like, a Pokemon card. It kind of seems like it would be. I'm not positive, but I feel like it would be pretty close to the actual correct dimensions. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it. It's probably gonna literally just, like, get hung up somewhere. I don't know. Could use it in the background of a video or something. I thought it was actually pretty neat. I will say it's shedding everywhere. There's, like, fiber all over my desk now. You know what? The fiber gets to stay. All right, let's get a little bit of a break from the cloth objects, because I didn't just get, like, blankets. Those are the only two. Watch this end up being one of them, right? I don't really know what's in here. Watch this be another cloth thing. Because it just, like, after I like, added that Gengar thing to my cart, which is, like, the first thing I added to my cart, it just kept throwing those, like, cheap, like, definitely just stolen art. Like, some artist made that thing, and they just, threw, like, the Your Name on there, and, like, aha, now we can sell your art. We're getting out of that realm a little bit, hopefully. Because it just kept throwing those at me after I added that one to my cart. Oh, yes! I was excited for this one. Gotta kind of unwrap it here. Here we have a 3D printed Cubone skull. And it's done pretty well. Obviously, like, not the best 3D print on the inside there. If I can give you guys a little bit of a zoomy zoom. Like, could be a bit better, but who's really looking at the inside? This is really well done, and actually the print lines kind of add to it. It does make it feel kind of, like bone, or like aged bone, I suppose. I don't know. It's cool, but you might notice this, like, dimple in the head here. I figured the white controller fits best. This actually came with my original Xbox One. Definitely a bit dirty. It's broken, so I don't care. The joystick drift is insane on this thing, but it's a controller holder. And, like, yeah, it doesn't really advertise Xbox specifically, but Xbox controllers are a bit more bulky, and it works. Like, it holds it. So yeah, you literally just, like, put it on display. I'm sure you would use, like, a Switch controller, like a Switch Pro controller or something, right? It's Pokemon, why are you pairing it with Xbox? But it's just the controller that I thought was fitting because it's all white. Yeah, it's a neat little 3D printed controller holder. That's about it. To be honest, with a controller on it, you can't really tell that it's supposed to be Cubone. Like, I guess kinda like from the side at least. But I thought it was pretty neat. We have another mystery package. Oh yeah, I actually opened this one because I needed to like verify what was inside. I have to do that when certain things ship separately. God, I forgot about this. Oh god, yeah. So we have Pokemon New Edition Mega Card. And right there, they wanted to throw in an extra Mega, kind of ripping off like the TCG Live thing. You can see like, you know, all your base sets down there. Are those names in English? I don't think they are. It's really hard to tell. Pokemon 54 Cards Trading Game. That should be the new name. Yeah, this is obviously going to be very real. You know, them taking the base set Charizard and, like, butchering him to throw him on here. Yeah, we're going to be getting some real official products inside of this one. Of course, whenever I buy fake cards, the goal is always to look for, like, the funny typos from the hand-typed stuff, and these aren't looking super promising. Oh my god, that is atrocious. It's also, like, super warped, which is really funny. You also think it would start off with the base set Charizard, if that's even in here. But no, it started off with this warped Mewtwo. Yeah, I mean, extremely obviously fakes, but not the funny kind. Sylveon GX. These aren't looking hand-typed to me. I should point out, if there are any in here, I am dyslexic, so I will likely miss any actual, like, typos. And that is actually a cool-looking card. I want to get the official one. The E-Reader Tyranitar? That looks sick. I'm sure it's a very expensive card. Number 29 of 165. See, fake cards can help you discover cards that you want. I'm also sure that this one's probably very expensive. That Umbreon looks weird, though. Is that the correct artwork? Like, is that official Umbreon art? It looks kind of odd. It does have a first edition stamp, though. Lugia. Okay, it's the Crystal Lugia. Interesting. So they did go with some, like, hyped cards in here. So, you know, some child will think that they have a super expensive card, and then they go list it on eBay, and then they get banned on eBay for listing fake cards. We have the Star Trico, Dragonite. I mean, they definitely went for some, like, really hyped up picks to make fakes of. They're just really poor fakes. A second Crystal. Okay, we have the Promo Mew. I actually have that one. Dark Alakazam as a first edition. Alakazam Star. Gyarados. Man, they really went hard on the E-Readers. That's definitely going to be a pricey card. The E-Reader Charizard. Another E-Reader Charizard. Not quite. Doesn't have the dot stuff. Oh, I guess that one doesn't either. Yeah, it doesn't have the actual dot code on there. We have Erica's Venusaur Rayquaza, the shiny star. Oh, interesting. Are we going to have Japanese on this side? That's just an Aerodactyl. Do you have the... Okay, that's a regular backing. But, yeah, just a bunch of fake printed cards. They're literally just scans. I don't know why I was taking so much time with it. Also, a really cool Charizard card. Special Delivery Pikachu. That's a lot more modern. Yeah, Sword and Shield. Umbreon, Nidoking, Flareon, the Dark Gengar toys that looked hilarious. Oh, there he is. Okay, so we do have the base set in here, and even from, like, a photo, this card is, like, an obvious fake. Like, it is so washed out, and the holo pattern is so ruined. Oh my god. Oh, they gave you two! Oh man. Definitely go list those on eBay. Two Venusaurs. You think they would throw the base set in there? Pikachu's birthday promo card. Blaine's Arcanine, Blaine's Charizard, the Star Torchic. Oh my god, they threw a third one in here just because. Oh, 4! They threw 4 in here. You know, I don't think Tortank is really his name here. Standard backing. Also, on top of that, it's the Celebrations version. I didn't even notice that at first. Is this, like, German, I want to say? I'm so bad with languages, you guys have no idea. But I'm guessing German? Or French? I don't know. A weird card to do a fake of, especially when you're selling to an English market. But then, they do have the base set 2 Holo Blastoise, in English, so odd. And then, wow, they actually did. They did a Japanese back on the one Japanese card in here of the illustrator. Interesting. Like, do all of these have English backs? Like, or did they make a mistake? It's weird that that kind of effort went in. That they actually gave it the Japanese back on the Japanese card. But, like, it's still just terrible. Like, it's a really bad knockoff. Like, maybe it looks okay on camera. I don't know how it's going to look to you guys, but in person, like, super glossy, like, thin material, hollow effects are all just way incorrect. So it's weird that they would do that. Either way, that was definitely a fun pickup. I vote we move on to some more cloth things. With this, Curse the Abomination. Look, I don't know where this art is from. I don't know. So if this was like an artist out there that made this, I apologize. That I'm going to say that it looks like it's just AI. Like, if this was made by an artist, I apologize. But it looks like AI, and it is cursed. And no, it's not another blanket. I got a pillowcase to go with my blankets. And what is this? It is Charizard fused with Charmander, fused with Dragonite. Like, they fused it with its baby form and with Dragonite. Like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just supposed to be Charizard and Dragonite, because Dragonite's face is kind of more rounded like Charmander's would be, right? But, like, oh, I hate it so much. Like, when I saw this, it was just like, oh, wow, look at that AI trash, like, they're printing on pillows. And yeah, both sides are the same, so no matter which way you face this thing on your couch, it is going to be seen. It will definitely be put in front of your face. There's no option to, like, turn it around whenever a guest is coming over. You gotta face it, or just, like, hide it in a closet. Or, hold on, there, you can do that whenever you have guests over. They'll have no idea that on the other side of this, there's a very cursed Pokemon art thing. Look, I won't lie, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with that thing. So this one was interesting. It actually shipped to me in this, not with the rest of the Temu stuff. And it came from Oklahoma, from just a guy. So I obviously can't show you the front of this package. Yes, I had to open it. I get a lot of mail. I have to make sure it's for a video. But I'm thinking this is literally just like another artist who is just listing their stuff on these Chinese marketplaces. Like, we've seen that a handful of times now, which is just bizarre to me. But hey, if it gets your stuff out there, it gets your stuff out there. Like, no shade. But it is the Evolution Stones. They're made out of resin. I don't know. Like, my wife makes a lot of resin stuff. I want to say this feels like it's handmade. Like, it definitely seems like it is. But we have the Thunderstone, obviously the best of the three here. I love the idea of having, like... Has the Pokemon Company not released it? Have they not released a product where it's like, hey, here are the Evolution Stones. Have fun, champ. Like, that would be cool. So, I'll go with this artist's rendition of it, which is actually pretty neat. I am a fan of this. Yeah, this definitely seems handmade, because, like, you know, like, where it looks like it's, like, going inverted there? It's because it is, right? It's, like, where, like, they didn't fill in that part with, like, you know, their remaining resin, like, they didn't have enough to fill it in, or was it, like, you know, an issue in the molding? Wow, this one is lame. So again, sorry if this was, like, made by an actual human being, which it definitely seems like to me. There's, like, I can get a good zoom in on the Bulbasaur down there. See, it's like a bit of a microscope to see that Bulba. But there's no, like, water energy or anything on the inside. No water symbol for the Water Stone. I'm sorry, Vaporeon fans. Like, that's kind of lame. I'm guessing this was, like, a mistake. I don't know. Okay, let's do a zoom. And get this thing right up against the camera. Yeah, like, it acts as, like, a magnifying glass, sort of. I mean, kind of the opposite. But the last one, we obviously have the Fire Evolution Stone. And I feel like this would be an interesting way to display these, but obviously, like, this side's more fitting. There's a big old bubble in that resin there, and I get it. It's, you know, easy to accidentally get bubbles in your molds. Just kind of unfortunate that it ended up right there in front of the fire energy. But it is really cool. Honestly, I am upset, though. Because, like, if I want to put these things on display, like, I'm going to have, like, these two, right? And then just blue rock. We have the electric, what is it, like the Thunderstone, the Firestone, and then the Blue Rock. You can use it to beat your opponents. You make them think that you're throwing out a Pokeball to send out a Pokemon, but you actually have that in your hand and you just pelt them right in the head with it. Take out the trainer before they can send out their champion. If you want to help me buy more stupid junk on Temu and AliExpress, then consider becoming a YouTube channel member. It's only $3 a month and you get access to some exclusive content and some little fun things I'm trying to spread out. On top of that, you can check out the Amazon affiliate link linked down in the description. If you purchase anything on Amazon after clicking that link, I get a commission. So you can buy whatever you were normally going to buy anyways and help support channel. Okay, sorry for interrupting. Back to Temu stuff. Okay, apparently I bought stickers. I don't remember buying stickers, but I bought stickers. I'm sure there's a reason that I bought these. Can't forget, these things take forever to show up. Oh. Yeah, I'm guessing these are stolen art. They're almost like kind of chibi-esque. Chibi's not really the right art style. That's not a Pokemon. Yeah, I'm guessing this is stolen art, and you can actually kind of see in the pattern in it. It might be used for, like, these might be like things for like a cross-stitch thing, if I had to guess. Again, I don't actually make any kind of art myself. Okay, I do like that little Lapras. That's cool. I am gonna do some searching around online. I'm gonna try to, like, do some reverse image searches, see if I could figure out where these originally came from, and I will throw a thing in the video here for the original artist, if there is one. For all I know, this is the original artist. I just, like, kind of have my doubts. Okay, I like the little Ponyta. That's cool. Togepi, Little Brock, Venusaur. Here's our little Misty, little Glaceon, Gloom, Zubat, Stuffle, and Blastoise. I'm hoping to get my Absol in here. I know it's unlikely, but one can hope. I don't know what one you're supposed to be. Typhlosion, maybe? Person, Lickitung, Dugtrio, Charmeleon, Hoot, Cubone. Ah, he made a second appearance in this video. Sudowoodo, Swampert? Eevee, I'm assuming. Sandshrew, Jolteon, my boy. Meowth, Snorlax, god. Raichu, Mudkip, Charizard. Ice-Q? I want to say Ice-Q. Onyx, Gary Oak. Farfetch'd. Are you supposed to be Gengar? I'm not sure. James, Oddish, Vaporeon. I'm guessing... Wait, was that Vaporeon? Yeah, it was Vaporeon, so this would be our Espeon. Machop. Okay, yeah, you guys get it. You get it. Pokemon, they exist. These are kind of neat. Like, I like the little Bulba. But, like, I'm just willing to assume that this is stolen art. Again, as we've learned, some artists actually sell on the platforms, like, on these, like, Chinese marketplaces. So there's a chance that this actually came from them. There's also a chance that they, like, licensed out these designs for other brands to use, because we've also seen that. So there's a chance that none of this is actually stolen. But if I can find info on the original artist, I will throw in a thing here after I get through all of these. Good God, there are so... Let me zoom out a little bit more. Like, there are so many of these things. It is just absurd. There's Ash. I was really hoping to see my little Absol boy. Of course, Umbreon. Wartortle looks kind of derpy. Psyduck. Very interesting depiction. Eevee again. Weird. Flareon. Metapod. Sheep. Pokeball, but now with eyes. Professor Oak. Jesse, yay, and of course it ends off with the Cyndaquil. Okay, that part of the video was more, boring than I was hoping it would be. But now I have a giant pile of stickers. Okay, it took me a lot of time to be able to find this, but yes, I did find the original artist. The only place I could find them was actually on RedNote. Now, it's worth noting that I bought these off of Temu, which is a Chinese company, and RedNote is also a Chinese social media app and e-commerce platform. This person does appear to make a lot of their art into stickers, so there's a very good chance that this was, at the very least, licensed by them, but that's not a guarantee. Of course, if you're interested in checking them out, I'm going to have their name here on screen, but it seems like the brand that they're trying to build is just called Muggle. I will note, it was pretty difficult to find, so if you want to support this artist, it might be a little hard to do. Alright, we're down to the last handful of items. I believe there are 3 remaining. And we have a stick. Yeah, I think we're getting back to cloth stuff here. Oh, this is another instance of I believe it was stolen art. We'll see. If I can get this peeled up. But honestly, I thought this thing was really cool. Try to unfurl it. It is definitely heavily curled, this little styrofoam thing. I have seen these things online before. It's birds from the Kanto region, and the idea is that they're drawing them as if, you know, they were actual animals, like, you know, real life. Like, you know, you have like Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Dugduo. Oh god, what duck are you even supposed to be? Just like Psyduck? Yeah, but of course you also have the legendary... God, it's hard to hold this thing that's like so curled. The legendary birds down here, and my Zapdos is looking more chicken-like than usual. Kind of parrot-like there on the Articuno. But yeah, this is like a really cool, like, you know, if Pokemon were real, like, design here. So does it even say down here? Yeah, it kind of, like, tells you it's really hard to read, like, which one each of them is. Okay, so yeah, you're supposed to be Farfetch'd. I could kind of make it out down there. Again, kind of hard to read it, but right there, it does say Farfetch'd. I can tell by the little D. I don't know. I thought this was cool. But again, I will look around online, see if I can't find the original artist, and if I can, I will put a thing here. Okay, this artist was a lot easier to find. On screen, I have a photo of their Redbubble page. I know I actually, like, made fun of Redbubble in this video, but that does appear to be the official place where they sell their stuff here in the States. They are from Brazil, and they actually link on their social media accounts a different shop, but it appears to not really be a thing that you can buy from in the United States. But they do link to this Redbubble account, so this is actually them. This is not the usual case of stolen art on Redbubble. They make some really cool stuff. Art theft is a big problem on platforms like this, and like, what is that one? Like Redbubble, I think it's called? Our final cloth thing is actually a more normal cloth thing to be buying from these sites, at least according to the internet. We have a shirt. Figure it's pretty fitting with a recent Pokemon set that released. Yeah, it's just a Team Rocket shirt. Pretty simple. Is there any, like, name brand on the tag? Nope, but there is an X and a large to, call me out. But we have just a Rocket shirt. I mean, it's very simple. I won't lie. A big reason why I bought this is whenever I film videos with, like, me on camera, having, like, a Pokemon thing for me to wear would just kind of be fitting. I have one other Pokemon shirt, but now I have a second one to wear. Even if it is bootleg, I don't care. It's a shirt. I will say it's not the best quality. It's one of those, like, you know, like, plastic layer added to the shirt. I don't know what it's called, like an iron-on thing. So this thing will definitely get destroyed in my washer and dryer. But it'll last for a little while, hopefully. But I figured I should end this video off with this in case I die. No, I'll be fine. I didn't know that they would send this many. I thought I was buying one. But, yeah, it's Pokemon. I want to say Japanese, but again, I'm not good with, like, languages. Okay, yes, it is Japanese. It's like a little snack cake thing, but I thought I was buying one. And yes, it did ship separately from everything else. A handful of items in this one actually did. But yeah, there's another one. Yeah, I know, I bought it on Temu. I really shouldn't be putting it in my face hole, but I'm going to. Because, like, it's a sealed product from Japan, like, I'm sure it's fine. Now, is there a chance it could have been tampered with? Sure. Why would it be? I understand, like, some of the fears of, like, buying things from these marketplaces. There have been a couple horror stories out there. But none of them really seem, like, super concrete, and I feel like some people in my comment section down there, get a little bit too hyper-fixated on, like, me protecting myself. Like, you need to wear gloves, and you need to wear a mask, and you need to, like, wash your hands between each item, and you need to... Man, it's not that serious. But this one might be. Let's see if I die. I am looking forward to the comments, though, that are either saying, like, why would you even be worried about it? It's a sealed good. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But then the other comments, they're going to be like, hey, why would you eat? That's a terrible idea. Because I wanna. I remember I had, like, this, like, candy that came in, like, those, like, Japanese finger puppet things, and, like, I posted a YouTube short on it. And there, I had said, like, in the video, like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat this thing. It's from, like, 1995. Like, I will probably just get food poisoning. And I got a comment on, like, a YouTube short I posted of it. It was just like, man, you should have eaten it. Like, come on, what are you even posting this content for? Like, I didn't post the content because of the food. That was the thing that they threw in the box. Anyways, they do come with stickers. So we have an Alcremie sticker here. I mean, I guess I have to open all of these now and just make a complete mess out of my desk. But, yeah, Alcremie sticker. That's neat. I love when they do these things, like with like a lot of the Japanese Pokemon products, like just an extra little thing in the box. All right, let's break this off. Try to do it without releasing too much powder. And like, yeah, it doesn't look bad. Okay, I will say, it is very dry. But it's not bad. Like, it is extremely dry. Like, I need a drink really bad from that one little bite. That could be because it was, you know, shipped from, like, Japan to China, and then China to the US. Though there is a chance that these came straight from Japan. They were shipped separately from everything else. Could also be because it's, like, you know, expiration date time. But, like, flavor-wise, I mean, it tastes fine. My plan wasn't to open all of these, but now that I know we get a sticker inside, I guess we have to open all of these. Alright, number 2, we have the Tinkaton. Kinda neat. Why isn't a Breviola on the back? Like, that's weird. But, cool, another sticker. I know there's some skilled collector out there watching this video that's just like, oh my god, he's opening all of them. Like, man, it's food. And not everything that you buy is gonna be, like, valuable in 10 years. These could be, you never know. We have Palmont, one of my favorites from Scarlet and Violet. Okay. It looks like we are just getting Scarlet and Violet things here, so I'm okay with that being one of our picks. Actually, no, because that wasn't, we had an Alcremie. That one's not Scarlet and Violet, so interesting. Should I just, like, get, like, 50 of these and do, like a card opening video, but instead we're opening up a bunch of expired food, and it's stickers instead of cards. Hey, we have the Palafin in the better form, in my opinion. I don't like Hero form Palafin. It just looks kind of weird to me. But this is just a dolphin, so I mean, it's cool. Weird personal note, my mom is really into dolphins. And, like, growing up, we had, like, dolphin, like, statuette things and stuff in the house. So maybe that's why I think dolphins are kind of neat, because, you know, I kind of, like, grew up with them everywhere. Oh, and we have Pikachu wearing the captain's hat, right? That's what it's supposed to be. Oh, and Charizard on the back. Well, this thing's worth $500. I need to list it on eBay. Cool. Number 7, the Pikachu. Yeah, I wonder how many stickers you could possibly get, because we have 2, 3, 11, 10, and... Oh, wait, is that a 1 or a 7? That's a 1, I'm guessing. There is the number 24 here on the front. I'm guessing that means that there are 24 you could get. Maybe I should actually do a... should I do it? Should I buy a bunch of these just to try and get all the stickers? That would be a funny video, right? God, look at this mess. Alright, well now it's time for bonus card of the day. Explanation right down there. Whenever card I pull, let's be careful not to drop because I haven't cleaned up this mess yet. Yeah, this thing is getting stuffed. I need to get like a custom like wide box for this bonus card of the day and stop using this old Silver Tempest like built-in battle box here. But as always, we are grabbing a card from the back and playing Guess the Year. Do I feel any kind of price tag? No. Alright, let's pull it out, and there's our orange sleeve. Wow, okay, this card's not in great condition. Let me get a little bit of zoom to kind of show you. There is some dirt on the back of this card. Luckily, that can be cleaned off. But those dents cannot, nor all of that whitening. I'm assuming we have an older card here. If I bought a modern card in this condition, I better have gotten a deal. But for Guess the Year, like I said, I'm going to have to guess older. But I'm not going to go before 2000s. I'm going to go like 2006, just based on like the coloring of the back. And, wow, I was 10 years off, 2016. I bought an Alakazam in that condition. I need to check the cards that I buy. Look, it's 2016, right? It's nearing 10 years old, so it's excusable, and I probably still would have bought it. I just hope that my LGS looked at the back of the card, that they took it out of the sleeve, and checked the back and price adjusted accordingly. They are very good about doing that. But I mean, from the front, it looks fine. That looks like just a good-looking Alakazam EX. So I'm still happy to have him. You know, whenever he ends up in a binder, no one's gonna see that anyways. They're just gonna see this. But we'll put him back in that orange sleeve for now, until I put him in one of my fancy sealable sleeves. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, all of the usual YouTuber stuff. Massive shoutouts to my first 2 channel members, Poke Hoarder Jade, and Obsidian. And of course, I've done a lot of these videos, so if you just want to see all of them, regardless of which of the Chinese marketplaces I bought it from, I'm gonna have a playlist of all of those videos right over here. You can also click the little icon above my head to join my community Discord if you really feel like it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see all of you next time. Goodbye for now.